Hi, thanks for stopping by. This is Granny Gone Bonkers channel, and not that I'm really bonkers. I just, I just thought it was a cute name. Anyway, uh, in this video, I want to give a shout out to a sweet lady that I've been watching and I subscribe to. Uh, whose channel name is Senior Insights. And I don't know, her video just, popped up on my, in my you channel feed. And so I clicked on it and started watching and I subscribed. And because I like to subscribe to people and, you know, um, help them out, watch their videos, and, and as support. Uh, and I really like to support, other seniors because, uh, well, I'm a senior. Okay. I'm, anyway, I was watching her video. She was doing a video about how, she, got started and she was, saying that if she can do it, anybody can do it. And she talked about how much she enjoyed, doing the videos and, making new friends and all that kind of stuff. And, just chit chatting and, on different topics and stuff like that. And so, and I have thought, about doing a channel. Uh, but I was kind of afraid to. I was afraid of being rejected, afraid of not being interesting enough, um, not knowing what kind of topics to talk about. Uh, I don't know. It's just critical of myself, I guess. And years ago, uh, when I had my first stent put in my heart, well, the night I came home from the hospital, I had a mini stroke. And it affected not only my memory, I mean, after that happened, I couldn't even remember what I did 5 minutes ago, let alone what I did a week ago. Uh, and it affected my speech. It affected my comprehension. I mean, I could read something, I could read a paragraph, and 2, 3 minutes later, I couldn't tell you what I just had read. Uh, I got to where I couldn't remember names, even famous movie stars. You know, people that I've known all my life, and I'd see them in a movie or something. Oh, what's their name? Could not think of their name. I knew their face, but I couldn't think of their name, and it was really weird. And I couldn't remember like dates. Uh, I mean, I struggled for a long time. I mean, I couldn't even talk good. I mean, I was really super bad slurring of my words, my speech, and you know that affected me to be able to communicate well because I felt self-conscious because I could hear myself and no, man, you're not talking very good, and even all those things have improved a lot. I still never did get back to where I was before that mini mini stroke happened. So, so it made me kind of self conscious, and so, I mean, I don't talk a lot, and well, I moved here from out of state, and because my sister lived here, And so basically, she's the only person that I hang around with, communicate with, do things with, talk to. Mostly we text. But, I mean, she's my sister, and, I love her to death. She's my best friend. And, but she moved me down I was living in Indianapolis. And because I had had a couple of heart attacks, and I was living in southern Kentucky. And uh, so I survived them. I mean, I can't believe it. So I called my daughter, and she drove down from northern Kentucky because I didn't like the hospital there where I was living, and doctors. I didn't have a good doctor there or anything. So uh, I went to northern Kentucky to a hospital, that I knew up there and that I liked. And, you know, they checked everything, and so then they did tests, and the doctor freaked out. I mean, he told my daughter, you better call the family in because she might not make it through, because we need to do a quadruple open heart surgery. And because all my veins throughout my heart were all clogged, almost totally. I mean, one vein had 5% of blood flow, and the other had, like maybe 10, and another had, I mean, it was like, they didn't even know how I was still walking around and living. And I had this parrot, I had a bird that I had, brought with me in the car. And all I took was just, some clothes. And uh, so anyway, the family arrived. I mean, I was like kind of shocked because I didn't know how bad off I was. And anyway, then they did the surgery. And I was in the hospital for a while. And then I had to go into a rehabilitation place for a couple of weeks. And then my daughter, she was living in Indianapolis. She took me to Indianapolis, and so I stayed at her apartment um, for a while. I think it was a couple months. But she lived on the third floor, so I had to practice, going upstairs and stuff like that before they would release me from the recovery rehabilitation center. So anyway, so we started looking for apartments. I found an apartment. It was just newly built. It was a beautiful apartment. It had hardwood floors. I mean, it was. They were still building apartments after I moved in. They were still, finishing some of the stuff, but oh, I loved that apartment. It was so nice, and it was in downtown Indianapolis, and I liked living there. And I'd take a cab to the grocery store. Grocery store it was less than a mile away. I'd take it, when I had to get groceries. But anyway, it was. So my sister, then my daughter ended up moving to Colorado. So then I was there in Indianapolis all by myself. And uh, so my sister talked me into to moving down to Tennessee where she lived. So I finally agreed. And so all I brought with me, we loaded up the van. I mean, she's got this pretty good sized van, and we stuffed it full. And at the time, I had a cat, So I had to rehome him because there was no way we could take him. And um, I did bring my bird, so I had my bird with me. Um, so anyway, so then I stayed at her house for a month while I looked for an apartment. It it she wasn't living there. They had another house, and they had that house for sale. So I stayed in it until I found an apartment. So then she moved me again. So they sold that house plus the other house they were living in, and they bought another house pretty far away. So it was too far away. So then I had to move again. Had to find another apartment. But anyway, it was. That's kind of how I ended up here where I'm at now. And I like this apartment. This is it's got a nice sized kitchen. You can have room for, a small freezer in there and all kinds of my appliances and all that stuff. Because I like to cook. I like to cook a lot. And uh, then I got, bedroom, bathroom. I got a really nice big pantry in the kitchen. There's a nice big pantry in the bathroom where I can stuff a bunch of stuff. And so, anyway, uh, so that's kind of my story about uh, how I got here. And but the point is, uh, her, the lady's name is Cynthia of Senior Insights, and she basically encouraged me to start a channel, to go ahead and give it a try and just do it. And that the more you do it, the more relaxed you get it, the easier it is, and And I thought, man, I need to get over this fear I have of doing it. Because I've done a few videos and I just don't like them that much. I just, you know, eh. But, so I changed my mind. I decided to go ahead and give it a try and just do it. And maybe I shouldn't care if I get subscribers or viewers or not. Just go ahead and make videos. And eventually, someday, somebody might find it. Because right now, I've been diagnosed. I have a abdominal aorta aneurysm, which is a bulge in the aorta that's goes down to the lower part of your body. It's not up here. It's not in the heart. It's not in the head. But it's at 3.5 centimeters. They keep an eye on it. If it gets up to, 5 or more centimeters, then you have to have surgery. If it hasn't killed you by then. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to have, on this planet. I just I just turned 74 a couple weeks ago. So I thought, maybe I ought to make some videos. I have it for family members and grandkids someday. It'll be on here. And maybe I might have something important to say sometimes. uh, you know, I've got some awesome stories. I don't know how many of my personal stories I might want to tell. I might not. Uh, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this channel so far. So please just be patient and but I want to give a shout out and send Cynthia some virtual flowers in appreciation and gratitude and for that video that she made about encouraging me to step up and move forward and, give it a try. So that's what I'm doing. And thank you, Cynthia. So y'all have a nice day and talk to you later. Bye.